Hello everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood comic book nerd, Nick here. Before the Marvel Cinematic Universe became a massive success, Marvel Studios faced numerous challenges and setbacks in their attempts to make profitable comic book movies. One of the primary reasons for Marvel's pre-MCU failures was the lack of creative control over their own characters. During this time, Marvel licensed their characters to various studios, resulting in a fragmented and inconsistent portrayal of beloved superheroes. Different studios had different visions for these characters, leading to disjointed storylines and confusing timelines. This lack of cohesion prevented Marvel from building a unified and interconnected universe like the one we see in the MCU today. Another significant factor that hindered Marvel's success was financial constraints. Prior to the MCU, Marvel Studios faced financial difficulties and even filed for bankruptcy. This limited their ability to produce high-quality films and invest in the necessary resources to bring their characters to life on the big screen. As a result, many of their pre-MCU films suffered. Marvel films also struggled with ineffective marketing and promotion strategies. Without a cohesive universe to tie their films together, it was challenging for Marvel to create a strong brand identity and generate widespread excitement among audiences. As an example of these points, we'll explore some of Marvel's earlier outings and discuss why they struggled to find widespread success. To start, the 2003 Daredevil movie, directed by Mark Steven Johnson, received mixed reviews and performed poorly at the box office. The film struggled to find a cohesive narrative and failed to effectively capture the essence of the beloved Marvel comic book character. The plot felt disjointed and lacked depth, and the dialogue and character development were often criticized for being cliched and lacking substance. Another significant issue was the casting and performances in the film. While Ben Affleck, who played the titular character, had the potential to bring depth and complexity to Daredevil, his portrayal fell flat for many viewers. The chemistry between the actors also seemed lacking, particularly in the romantic subplot between Daredevil and Elektra, played by Jennifer Gardner, whose solo outing in the 2005 Elektra movie faced similar criticism. Furthermore, the visual effects and action sequences in the Daredevil movie were often underwhelming. The film relied heavily on CGI, which at the time was not as advanced as it is today, resulting in unrealistic and poorly executed action scenes. This lack of visual spectacle and excitement further contributed to the disappointment felt by audiences. Moving to 2004, though, the Punisher movie, starring Thomas Jane as the titular character, also received conflicting reviews and lacked a significant box office presence. There are several reasons that can be attributed to the lackluster performance. One of the main factors contributing to the film's failure was its lack of widespread appeal. The Punisher was a relatively niche character in the Marvel Universe, and the movie failed to generate enough interest from mainstream audiences. Unlike other popular characters like Spider-Man or Iron Man, the Punisher lacks the same level of recognition and fan base. This limited appeal resulted in a smaller audience and ultimately affected the film's box office success. Another reason for the movie's poor performance was its dark and gritty tone. The Punisher movie took a more serious and violent approach compared to other superhero films at the time. While this may have appealed to some fans of the character, it alienated a broader audience who were accustomed to the more lighthearted and family-friendly nature of superhero movies. In the end, the film's lack of widespread recognition, coupled with its departure from the typical superhero formula, ultimately led to its underwhelming box office results. So, what happened when a Marvel property with a larger appeal and recognition did hit the theaters? Well, a famous example of a Marvel movie with the wider appeal that still failed to stick the landing is the 2005 Fantastic Four movie. While this film managed to correct some of the faults in prior Marvel licensed outings, it failed in a lot of the same areas. Despite having wider age range appeal and more name recognition, the film would still struggle with a weak script and storytelling. The plot lacked depth and failed to engage both fans of the comics and general audiences. The dialogue felt tired, and the movie suffered from pacing issues, with a slow and disconnected narrative that failed to build momentum or maintain audience interest. Another factor that contributed to the film's poor reception was the underwhelming visual effects. The Fantastic Four are known for their unique superpowers, but the special effects appeared dated and lacked the polish and realism to coincide with those powers. In addition, the casting choices and performances in the 2005 Fantastic Four movie were also criticized. While the actors themselves were talented, their chemistry and portrayal of the iconic characters fell flat. The lack of strong character development and emotional depth made it difficult for audiences to connect with the heroes on screen. All in all, the film would find enough success to warrant a sequel, but not enough to warrant any further investment. For our final example of Marvel's pre-MCU outings, we'll look at the 2007 Ghost Rider movie starring Nicolas Cage, a film that, like many others mentioned thus far, received mixed reviews and performed less than desirable at the box office. There are several reasons that can be attributed to its lackluster performance. Firstly, the film suffered from a weak and convoluted storyline. A lot of dialogue was awkward and predictable. The movie honestly came across as a comedy at many points. The story felt disunited and struggled to maintain a stable flow, leaving viewers confused and disconnected from the characters and their motivations. Secondly, the movie faced criticism for its subpar visual effects. Ghost Rider, a character known for his fiery skull and supernatural abilities, required top-notch visual effects to bring him to life on the big screen. However, the CGI in the film fell short of expectations, with many scenes appearing artificial, unconvincing, and more funny than intimidating. Lastly, the casting and performance choices also played a role in the movie's failure. While Nicolas Cage is a talented actor, his portrayal of Johnny Blaze/Ghost Rider received mixed reviews. Some felt that his over-the-top acting style did not suit the character, resulting in a lack of believability and emotional depth. Additionally, the supporting cast failed to leave a lasting impression, with underdeveloped characters and performances that didn't resonate with audiences. In conclusion to all of this, the pre-MCU era of Marvel faced several challenges that hindered their success. The lack of creative control, financial constraints, and ineffective marketing strategies all played a role in their struggles. However, it's important to note that these failures ultimately paved the way for the groundbreaking success of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel Studios learned from their mistakes, regained creative control, and developed a clear vision for their characters, leading to the incredible universe we know and love today. So, that's it for today's video. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more comic book content. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video.